What's going on, guys, subscribers and accidental finders? I'm gonna take y'all through what we're working on today. Today we're working on a 2001 Land Rover Range Rover. It's a pretty decent vehicle. It's really sturdy for its time. It just lasts forever if you treat it right. But today we're experimenting a little bit, as you can see here. So let's go into all of it. Actually, I purchased these here at Pet Boys. Had to travel all around to about 3 different Pet Boys because, you know, the one I went to only had 2, and then the other one didn't have any. But I finally tracked down 4 of these, and I've seen all the videos on YouTube about how you're supposed to install these and what you're supposed to do with them. The thing is, I just decided to do it a different way, and a safe way. So this thing is supposed to get wet down with some soapy water and squished in between your coil suspension. So let's get this time bomb right here. Be very careful when you're using this spring compression tool. It's literally a time bomb. But the way you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to wet this down with like a soapy water, and you're supposed to work it in between one of your coils, exactly as it shows on the back. I first saw this and I was like, how the hell is that going to fit in there? My reaction was, I'm going to use this as a puck and set it at the base, or at the top or bottom, really doesn't matter. Except for I ran into a problem, and the problem is, you can't see it from that side. The problem is, don't look at this now. This is my fix for the problem, but the problem was back in here. If you look back in here, you see that it has a little metal platform base that kind of houses the coil, and it keeps it from wobbling from side to side. So I originally compressed the spring, and I grabbed this puck device, cut it to size right here. You can adjust it, just slice it to fit whatever diameter you need. I cut this, and I originally slapped it right on top of this right here. I slapped it right on top of there, and in a minute my phone's gonna automatically white balance. There we go. I set it right on top of there, and then I decompressed the spring. The spring came back down, and it started to pop out. Without those metal housings to secure that spring, it started to pop back out. So it was not safe, so I had to come up with an idea. And then came this. So this is just some $10 sheet metal at Lowe's, some little cheap hardware. It came to about $2 and something. Some little L brackets. This was actually a really long one. I had to just slice those into little size pieces, and then of course the $9 pucks with the original metal housing as well. If you look down in there, I got the original one in there also to just give it even more lift. But my whole idea is to try to lift the vehicle using these and see what it's like, see if it's safe, and that's what we're doing. So I just put this on here. It's secured. Bolted it down from in here, the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. And now I'm going to fit my coil back in here, decompress it, let it sit in here. And now that it has like a protection now, so it can't really go nowhere. Yeah, let's just see what happens. We're gonna do all 4. It's super loud. My neighbors were complaining, so I only made 2 of these yesterday because I had to use reciprocating saw to cut this sheet metal. But we'll see how it does, and we'll keep the videos coming. All right, another good thing to do whenever you're doing this is get yourself just I forget the exact name for these, just a little jack, and wedge it above your differential to some piece of metal, and just crank that thing up, because that's what's going to separate this rear end enough to get this coil back in here. You can also disconnect the drive shaft. If you disconnect this prop end right here on the drive shaft, it'll make it less tension along the whole drive shaft, and then you could push this down even more once you've disconnected your strut to begin with. But I just pushed this thing down a lot. Probably could go a little bit more, but I need to fit this in here, so hopefully that's enough space to get up in here. So we're gonna try that route real quick. All right, it took a lot of wrestling just now, but I got this thing in there. I had to literally look at this jack back here. I had to open that jack up a ton just to push down this whole rear end, just to get this thing to fit in here. It's mainly because the box is so tall, I had to get up over the box, whereas before I could just slide it in so easy. So now I'm gonna seat this rubber, this last little thing here at the top, and then slowly begin to uncoil this to where it sits, and then I will be releasing the pressure off the jack. Once this comes back up, I'm gonna reconnect the strut, and that's gonna be this side. It's gonna be done after that. Took about 3 days to do, only because I have to work and I have to keep cutting out. But it's a cheap way, and I'll let you guys see the finish before and after pictures and everything. Peace. So we're still trying to decompress this coil. It takes forever. Ran into a little bit of a problem right here. This bolt to decompress the coil is behind my little housing that I made, so once the coil decompresses, it's going to be kind of trapped. But we're working on a solution right now. I got this bar, this breaker bar in here. I'm prying it up like that so that the tension is now on the breaker bar instead of, you know, sitting. It really wants to like sit. Oh goodness, it's actually wedged. It really wants to go down because it's starting to seat at the top. I hope it's straight up there. Let me look. Okay, it's actually not straight right now either. Damn. Ran into some problems. We'll get it fixed though.